Sup guys, back again for another Wi-Fi battle. This one again is against that Scottish guy with the unpronounceable name. So yeah, I lead off with Gengar, he leads off with Tentacruel. I Shadow Ball him just to sort of figure things out, see how defensive he is, and he Toxic Spikes, and he took nothing from Shadow Ball, considering I'm Spexed. Oh, that was horrible for me. I'm like, oh man, he really would bring Toxic Spikes. I hate Toxic Spikes. So, I hope he sets up the second layer, and he does, so I can bring in Dugtrio safely, Earthquake him and kill him, which was really good for me. That Tentacruel could have been very, very troublesome later. So he goes out to Mismagius, and he didn't notice my Life Orb recoil because I took toxic damage. So he stays in thinking he can get the free setup, and I hit him with a Stone Edge, which was great because now he's on really low health. And I just stay in an Aerial Ace to break the sub because I have something I can go to trap this Mismagius, and I just want it dead. Wow, this was really good for me how this played out, since Tentacruel and Mismagius both would have been a pain to deal with if I couldn't take care of them right now. So he substitutes, expecting me to do some non-attacking move, because that's what Umbreon usually does, except this is JC's Epic Umbreon, and I think I'm one of the few people who knows the spread to this thing. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like this thing. So this turn was just epic mind games because he had to predict Pursuit or Sucker Punch, and I decided to Pursuit, predicting him to predict Sucker Punch, and that worked perfectly since he went for the Calm Mind. So Umbreon's taking a bit of poison, but I'm not too worried since I have Heal Bell, so that's not too big of a deal. But then I go out to Gengar, and it's like I should have known that he would have predicted that. It's like such an obvious switch, but whatever. I know he's banded because I knew I could have lived a Stone Edge. That Gengar has defense EVs, and it would have lived the Stone Edge, so I know he's banded. That's the only way he could have one-hit KO'd me. So, a bunch of switching, counter-switching, all that crap going on. Went out to Umbreon to take the Will-O-Wisp, which I kind of predicted, and I didn't want that to just ruin Registeel, even though I have Heal Bell, which was weird. So, yeah, I guess it wouldn't have been too big of a deal, but whatever. I pursued it, predicting his switch, and that worked. And now he brings in the Machamp again, and I'm just like, oh my god, this Machamp is causing way too many problems. It's definitely going to be tough to deal with. So go out to Salamence, because only thing I have to really take a Dynamic Punch, and I hit myself with Confusion. I was going to Earthquake there. Oh my gosh, any damage I could have gotten on that thing would have been helpful. So whatever, I go out to my Light Bulb, since I want to go into an epic stall war here. So he Earthquakes me. It does less than Seismic Toss does to him next turn, which is so funny. That's why you don't really want to rely on, in my opinion, I don't want to rely on actual, physical attacks to hit on Registeel, because just Seismic Toss usually works better. So yeah, just my opinion, and it worked out for me here. Now he goes out to Machamp against, just Seismic Toss. It does around 100 damage. Luckily RNG didn't screw me over at all. I was so happy. So I'm like, bitch, I can take a Dynamic Punch, choice banded, and I do. I'm like, because I'm Fluorescent, I live that. So yeah, and I was like, oh crap, I have Parafusion, don't I? And I hit myself with Confusion. I was just kicking myself because I went for an explosion there. But whatever. I went out to Heracross, and he was crying because he thought it was a Guts Heracross, and if it was, this would have been so funny. But it wasn't. It was a Swarm Heracross Ryan set again because it just owns. So I stay in and go for the Stone Edge. I think the crit was useless pretty much unless he was like uber defensive. So yeah, and then he brings in his last guy. Well, not his last, because he has more left, but his sixth guy, and I'm like, it really would be a Staraptor. I had Heracross set, and it had to be a Staraptor. Whatever. So, go out to Mence to get the Intimidate, and he takes Recoil, which is good. He Brave Birds again, thinking he can KO me, but I live on 5 HP. I'm like, damn, Magments. Just, wow, that was amazing. I love this thing. Credit to Magnitude. Oh yeah, so basically everything on this team, I tried to make it original sets by me and some other guys. The Gengar, was my original set. This is Steve's original set. The Salamence is, Heracross is Ryan's, and the thingy, whatchamajigger, Umbreon is JC's, so they're all really cool. I switch out to Heracross to hopefully do something to him, and I predicted that explosion, and I substituted. That was so cool. I don't know why I switched Heracross in initially, but I mean, hell, it worked out for me in the end, so yay. Lost of words here. Oh yeah, I went out to Umbreon in case he decided to Brave Bird again, so recoil would kill him, but he just goes for the return anyway. And here, I think I was kind of overthinking it. I went for the Pursuit in case he'd want to switch out and use it for fodder, predicting Sucker Punch, but it didn't work out that way. Oh well, it didn't hurt me too much in the end. So I send in Salamence to set up a bit, and he returns me twice. Doesn't do anywhere near enough to KO, and I get my 2 Dragon Dances in, which will be enough to sweep. So yeah, man, I couldn't believe that he had so many guys that were just killing me, and the Toxic Spikes and everything. I felt like I was gonna lose the entire match, and I pulled that out of my ass at the end. That was really good. Alright, good game, Hlaalu. Yeah, see, I did pronounce it, never mind. Alright, comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys.